What's cooking, YouTube fam? Mikey here, shooting another high adventure video. So I gotta make something clear. I am not actually high while I'm shooting these videos. I've had several people ask me that, and no, it's just a phrase, just a phrase. Another phrase we used to use is, do you love the smell of adventure? Those were our two phrases, and I don't even know how they originated. But anyway, it's just a phrase. I'm not like, bro, ready for some high adventure, man. Nothing like that. So anywho, I am out on this beautiful, beautiful spring morning. Guys, it's kind of the calm before the storm. We're supposed to have some gnarly weather move in tonight, but today's gonna be like 70 degrees. So I'm hoping to get into that, you know, pre-cold front bite with the trout and the sturgeon. I had to come back. I got to get revenge on the sturgeon because I didn't catch any last time I was out here. So that's what we're out here to do today. Plus, I am jacked for this new recipe that I'm going to be throwing down today. It is a Tuscan butter garlic cream sauce that I'm going to be cooking these trout in today. It looks absolutely delicious. I'm psyched to give it a try. But you guys know how this thing works. First, we got to go get a fish, so let's go get fishing. All right, so to start my day, I'm going to try pitching and flipping some night crawlers into some of these waterfalls here, see if we can pull out some bows. Sweet, just like that. That looks really good. That ought to get us something. Shoot, that was fast. I just saw a trout roll right in there. Got him. Oh, that's a nice one. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Oh, that's a beauty. Check it. Woohoo. Yes. Check that out. What a way to start the day. Are you kidding me? That's a beautiful, beautiful trout. That'll go on the stringer immediately right out of that waterfall. Awesome. That was the second cast, guys. I've got it rebaited up. Let's get it back in there. Oh, I got one. Jeez, I didn't even know. This feels like a pretty nice fish, guys. This might be a bass. No, pike minnow. Or a sucker. No, we got a sucker. Check this out. There you go. Not what we're after, but a different fish. Got him. This feels like a nice fish. This is a bass. We got us a bass on. Smallie. Nice. Check out, it's a nice little smallmouth. Boom. Check that out. Look at that. That's pretty. Right at the top of the lift. She left my worm for me. Reuse that. That's a nice little 12-inch smallmouth. I've got some really cool recipes involving these guys coming later down the road. But for now, this is just a fun catch. Really pretty fish. We'll get her back in the water. There we go. Let's try moving up into these falls a little bit. Got it. That's a nice one. This is a nice trout. Oh yeah. Right in that hole. Yeah. Yes. Look at that. Boom. It's another beautiful trout. All right, check it. That's a nice 14-inch rainbow trout right there. We'll get some good fillets off that, right out of that hole under that waterfall. So we've got our 2 fish now. Let's go get them on the stringer and let's get back to camp. So I found that fresh trout works really well for sturgeon. So these are doubling today as my lunch and as sturgeon bait today. So I'm gonna get the fillets off of them. Then I'm gonna use some of that head meat, put it on a hook, get it out there and see if we can't work our way up to a bigger fish. All right, check it out. Got a nice trout fillet right there. That looks really good, nice pink meat. Now, it's not quite lunchtime yet, and I'm not too hungry. So I am going to get some of this trout out, and let's see if we can score a sturgeon before lunch, because I'm not ready to eat quite yet. All right, get a load of that action. Nice pink meat right there. Boy, if that doesn't get him excited, I don't know what will. Anchors away. Perfect. So if you saw my last video, my pineapple catch and cook video, I actually caught a big old pike minnow out of here using sturgeon bait. So I'm not sure, but I can't take any chances. Sometimes those sturgeon, they just kind of suck it up, mouth it a little bit, and you got to be right on them. Sometimes they're finicky. Other times they'll just take it and go. I've got a really nice soft fillet on there, so there are no bones or anything in it. So I'm really hoping that they'll just eat it right up and just go about their day and won't mess with it a lot. All right, so I've gotten a couple of taps on the sturgeon rod, but I haven't gotten anything to commit yet. So I'm looking for a committed relationship with these sturgeons. So while they figure out what they want to do, I'm gonna get my fire going, and we're gonna get some of this fish cooked up, throw down this pretty sweet recipe I'm excited to try. All right, so what I'm gonna be cooking on today is actually this nice little grill top thing right here. It's got little legs that fold out. It goes right over my fire. I just purchased it. I added it to my camping equipment, and that looks like it's gonna work out pretty well. This nice little grill top, I could cook the fish just right on the grill top, but I've also got my griddles with me, so I could have like multiple things going on at once. So I'm pretty excited to have this in my arsenal of cooking supplies. All right, so I'm ready to cook my trout. Of course, to start, every good fisherman's meal starts with some butter. We're just gonna get that in our pan. We're gonna let that melt down in there. All right, so next I'm gonna just go ahead and add my fillets. I've taken a fillet off of each fish, move them around in that butter, and I'm gonna cook these up about 90% of the way. I also ground up a little salt and pepper in my mortar and pestle, and we're just gonna put that right over the fish fillets. Interesting how one trout is really pink and one's really light. It's kind of crazy. Gonna go ahead and flip them now. We'll let them cook just a little longer. Salt and pepper on this side too. I just removed those fish from the griddle. Look at that, they're about 85% or so of the way cooked. That's perfect. Now it's time to go make our sauce. Oh, I missed him. No, I got him. All right, guys, I just hooked into one. I was actually taking my fish out of the skillet there, and all of a sudden I looked up and my rod was going off. We got us a fish. This is a sturgeon, baby. Woohoo! Let's go. Let's go. She's coming to me right now. I can't tell the size right yet. I thought I missed her, but she ate it and was swimming towards me. And so I swung on her. There she is. Not a big one, but about 4 feet. Oh, she's down here. Here she comes. Nice. Whoa, whoa, whoa. A lot of fight left in her. Here we go. Here we go. Yes. She loved that fresh trout. Yeah, look at that. Right in the bottom of the lip. Woo! That is a nice fish right there. Let's measure her up on the rod. Tail goes to the first eye. The first eye is where our tail ends. Fantastic. Not a real piggy of the deep, but it's not a pup either. How you doing, little lady? Doing good? You gonna get out of here? Gonna get gone? There she goes. Yes! That's what I'm talking about. That was fun. That was actually really hard by myself to get all that and the camera and everything down here and finagle it. It's a lot easier with another person. I, though, have some trout waiting to be eaten still. I still gotta prepare that, so let's get back up to camp and let's keep preparing our fish. All right, for the next part, I'm going to add some chopped up onions and garlic cloves. Now, I've left all that butter and salt and pepper in there because I want that butter, all those flavors to stay in that pan. There we go. Start it off like that. Slowly stir all that around in the butter. Want those flavors to release. Bring that to a nice simmer. I'm also going to add some Italian seasonings to this as well. Of course, now all my seasoning is blowing all over the place. There we go. Mix that all together in that butter. All right, and I'm also going to let that all simmer in a little bit of barefoot Moscato. Now, you can also, if you don't want to add wine, you can do chicken broth, or instead of chicken broth, I add wine, and you can add any kind of wine you want. I just prefer the sweet, a little sweet flavor in there. So I'm going to do a little Moscato in there and let that all simmer in that wine. Mix it all together nicely. Also, since I'm using wine, I'm going to add a little extra salt. The salt won't be enough that's just on the fish. You definitely want to add just a touch more. That's all simmering together nicely. Put a little extra wood on the fire so that can heat it up and start releasing those flavors a little bit quicker. Next, I'm going to add some heavy cream. You can see all those juices are simmering nicely in there. Be pretty liberal with that. That's smelling delicious. I'm going to also add some sun-dried tomatoes. Just go ahead and toss those in like so. There we go. And I'm going to add some spinach leaves in there. A few more. Perfect. I'm going to let this cook down till my spinach leaves look wilty. Let all those flavors mix together. That should be delicious. That sauce is cooking together nicely. Now the last piece is just to go ahead and add our fish back to this and let them finish cooking. Get some of that sauce put over our fish there. Look at that. This smells so creamy. I mean, all the flavors coming out of there. The garlic, I can smell the tomato, that cream sauce. I mean, this is fancy town, man. All right, see that sauce bubbling up a little bit in there? We've left it on for about an extra 7 or 8 minutes. That fish should be cooked through now. Let's go ahead and sample our finished product. Nice bit of that trout right there, all cooked through, smothered in that creamy Tuscan sauce. Here we go. Got a little of that spinach on there. Oh my word. Oh man. Oh yeah. Oh, that fish is nice and flaky. It's just smothered in all this creamy, garlicky onion. That is delicious. And that's an easy recipe too. I mean, the only things I chopped up were the onion and the garlic. I didn't need a bunch of stuff with me. That's amazing. An absolutely incredible dish, ladies and gentlemen. Hands down, the best dish I have made out here on the river so far. I also brought along 2 feet of baguette because my wife suggested it. Why have a piece of bread when you can have 2 feet of it? And you know, I'm out fishing, man. I'm gonna just drudge it in my sauce. Just like so, just like you were at a restaurant, man. I get to soak up that sauce with the bread. Look at that right there. Go ahead and stick a big old piece of fish on my loaf here. This is kind of obscene, but it works. That's really good. Still got my sturgeon line out. Hoping to hook into one more before I go. Maybe something with a little more size to it. But in the meantime, I'm gonna keep... Oh, it's hot! Alright guys, so I just noticed there's a little flock of carp right down here, right below this waterfall. And there's some pretty big ones in there, it looks like. So I re-rigged my sturgeon rod, and I'm gonna put a big old juicy night crawler down there. Let's see if we can take one for a ride. Nice and easy. There's a big old carp sitting right down here. He's just feeding in the shallows. Let's lower him a worm. There you go. Eat it. I think he ate it. Got him. Wow! Fish on! That was easy. Oh, what a raggedy carp that is, dude. Catching carp on the sturgeon rod is definitely overkill. That is an ugly cuss right there. She's like lost all her scales. Get the hook out. There we go. All right, there she goes. Well, head out to sea. There you go. You'll figure it out. There we go, another species caught today. Well, gang, the thunder and lightning are starting to move in, so I am moving out. Ooh. That was a good day. That was a really good day. Caught a veritable cornucopia of fish. I was hoping for one more sturgeon. Had my line out for probably 2 hours there at the end. Couldn't get another bite, so they must be turning off. Great day though, a lot of different fish. That recipe was delicious, so that was a big score. Definitely, I think, shoots up to the top of all the different types of catch and cooks I've done as far as recipes go. That is definitely one I will be jotting down and using at a later date. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.